All right, so the first process is you're saying, hey, I'd like to buy an apartment building. I need to find deals. Well, there are two ways to find deals, okay? Two ways. On market and off market. On market and off market, okay? You're like, well, that's obvious. Yes, it is. But you have to know the process to do this, because you can't really get the off market stuff without going to the on market first. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. As maybe a novice, if you're watching this, you haven't bought anything, you haven't been around it, you're just trying to learn the procedures and processes to find an apartment complex that then you can analyze and see if it makes sense to then make an offer on it, to then go through the process of buying it, okay? So start with the on. There are many websites out there, okay? There's LoopNet, right? There's CoStar, there's on and on and on. MLSs if you want them for the duplexes and triplexes and all that other stuff. The one that I would highly recommend, that I think is the easiest, is Crexi.com, okay? Crexi.com. So what do I mean by this? Let me show you. Okay, here we go. So Crexi.com, you can go there, set up a free account, free website, okay? I'm just giving you an example of Kansas City, Missouri as one example. And let's take this 16 unit property. So you're gonna go there, you're gonna set up a free account, you're gonna get all set up, start searching for properties just like you would on Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Realtor.com, same thing. Keep in mind, the on-market stuff, you're only seeing probably 40% of what's actually for sale in the commercial space, i.e. apartments, because the off-market side of it is really where commercial real estate is done. But you need to go through on to get to the off, because the on is going to show you who the brokers are, who's the market makers, who's doing deals in there, so that way you can use their on-market listings to then build a connection and a network and a database to then start to see what we call first look properties before they even hit the market. And that's probably the other 50% or even 60% of the apartment space, which is why you say, well, gosh, how does this deal never even hit the market and get sold? Well, that's because unlike residential where, right, you go buy a home, you're on the major portals, Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, right, all those major portals. And that's how you see the properties. They're all marketed, you know, at least 90% of them online. Maybe 10% are done off market. Completely opposite with commercial real estate. Most of the deals are done off market, pre-market through first looks, deals, database, connections, right? Brokers sending it out to their database of investors that you've built relationships with so they know they can close. Critically important. So how do you get to that off market stuff? You got to start on market here, because you're going to click on this, then you're going to find out who the broker is. Let's pull this up. This is an example, Aaron, if you're watching this. So Aaron's the licensed broker on it from Marcus and Millichap. From here, you can view a flyer on it. You can submit an offer on it direct here as well. But you want to download this flyer and get all the information. You got the photos and all that stuff. It's giving you information on the property, on and on and on, right? We're going to get into how do you analyze the deals next. But I'm showing you how you find them. And you may have to go through a bunch, obviously, and then underwrite them in a template performer, which we're going to give to you. It's in your downloads here. So that way you can take a deal like this, plug it in real quick to the analyzer. It's going to tell you whether or not that deal makes sense. Okay? So that's step 2 in the process of analyzing deals. Let's find them. So here's one example. Let's say this deal made some, initial sense. You're like, okay, well, this is the actual broker. So make note of this, because if you see his name flying around a lot, that means he's a market shaker. He's making moves in the market. He's selling a lot of properties. So he has a database of a lot of off-market deals, things that are coming to market maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 6 months from now that they're looking at now and getting prepped and ready for the marketplace. So if this deal doesn't make sense, all the stuff in his portfolio may. So that's why you use the on to get to the off, and you build the relationships with these brokers for the on-market stuff to go find the off. And you gotta get to know them, right? It may require simulating deals on the on-market space that you may not even buy, so that way you can get to the off-market stuff that you would, okay? Because a lot of this on-market stuff, to be quite honest, through LoopNet, Crexi, a lot of these, they're overpriced, right? And you're gonna see when we underwrite the deals, it's overpriced. So you gotta adjust, and it's not matter what they're asking, it's matter what the financials tell you. Because keep in mind, unlike residential or even a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, it's all residential-based properties. Commercial real estate, it's all about what the financials tell you. It's not I'm in love with it. It's like, does it make sense and provide some cash flow and deal-making ability, okay? It's all about the financials, because the bank is going to give you a loan to buy this thing based on the financials of the property, not yours per se, right? They're not looking to say, hey, can you pay me back? They're looking to say, can the property pay me back? So that's why when you're underwriting these things, it's all about the deal. It's deal, debt, equity, deal, debt, equity, in that order. Deal, debt, equity. You'll hear me say that a lot in this little mini course. So that's how you're finding the on-market stuff. You can look, you can put filters in, do all this stuff, but I would recommend Crexi.com, free website. Go take a look at it. Keep in mind, it's only going to be showing you probably about 40, maybe 50% of all the deals available. The rest of them coming off-market, pre-market through first looks with brokers like Aaron here, okay? But you got to go here to get to there, if that makes sense, okay? So that is really simply put how you are finding the deals. That's how you're finding the on-market deals. I would say I would use Crexi.com, okay? And then by using this website and doing a couple of deals from the on-market space, you're going to build the relationships with the brokers to be able to get to this stuff, okay? And this is probably at least 50, maybe 60% of the market is done here, okay? Big difference between residential and commercial. You got to start here to get here. The other thing you're going to be able to download in your downloads that we're giving to you is your first 90 days. So in your first 90 days of you trying to get into apartments and buy apartments, you're going to follow this procedure. And if you follow this and you're disciplined and you go get it with some motivation, this will help you get to the promised land, and especially your first deal, okay? So you want to complete all the videos here and the lessons, sign up for Crexi.com. Sign up and set up the free data sites. So you're going to see a download in here that's going to give you all the data sites that we use to do market research. Use that. Sign up for them. Most of them are free, some of them are paid. You're going to simulate underwriting a few deals. Use the on-market stuff to put it into the deal analyzer that you get in your downloads here to underwrite a few deals, and we're going to show you how that works. Okay. Putting it into a pitch deck, we're going to explain what a pitch deck is. It's basically a marketing piece that you're going to use to go raise capital. So on the raising capital side of this, we're going to go through that and show you how you raise the money. You're going to use pitch decks and marketing materials to do that. Okay. Scheduling tours with the brokers on Crexi.com, simulating writing the offers. You go to networking events, meetups, local multifamily investor deals, national conferences, connecting with the online multifamily communities to build database, people, connections, and network. Right? The more hands you shake, the more money you make, baby. Have you heard that saying? Hands you shake, money you make. Setting up your company LLC. We will show you some back office stuff, how to do this. This is on the management side, right? How do I act as if I'm an investor? Well, if people are going to give you money, this goes in the raising capital side. If people are going to give you money, they need to know who you are. They need to know your story. They need to know you're not going to take their money and turn it into an American greed show. Okay, so you have to set up your LLC, your capital company. Very basic. You can do it in your state that you're from. And we'll show you how to do that, kind of give you some baseline to go with. I should say we're not going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to tell you what to do, and then the details are obviously in other programs that we have. But we can get you started with it, okay, and that's what it's all about. Setting up your LLC, basic website to kind of give us a little storefront for who you are. If you're marketing to people, they can look at you, read your story, learn about you, and how you can help them invest in deals. You invest with us, we make you money. Right? All of that. Basic website here using Fiverr.com, and then closing on your first deal. First 90 days. Okay, so we have told you how to find the deals. It's really that simple, but it's that hard. The reason why it's hard is you're going to have to go through a lot of deals to find the good ones. That's like anything. You may have to underwrite 20, 30 deals before you find one that actually makes sense. It's just the way that it works, guys. It is a numbers process, okay? So, but nonetheless, when you're underwriting, we're going to show you this. I don't care what they're asking. It doesn't matter what they're asking. Sometimes they don't even give you an asking price, and you're going to see that. When we go through it, they just give you a property, it's on the market. They say offers are due on or before a certain date. Underwrite the deal, give us a letter of intent, which is an offer, and we'll see if you're in the running. Okay, and sometimes there's multiple offers, sometimes there's none. So it kind of depends on the competition. So you now know how to find your deals. I would use one of the online portals. You can use LoopNet, fine, but Crexi.com I think is the best out of all of them. Free, easy to use, get in there. It's going to get you started. Just know that you're only seeing 40 to 50% of the deals, which is why you use that to get to the off-market stuff, which is really the bling bling, okay? Next, we're going to get into analyzing an apartment deal. It's going to be a thick session to go through that. We're going to show you the deal analyzer, how you would use it, and then how I'm going to look at analyzing a deal. And we're going to probably use, I'm going to use somewhere between a 25 and 30 unit deal. And then we're going to explain why you, when you're getting started, need to stay north of 5 units and probably south of 50. North of 5, south of 50. And I'm going to explain why in the next lesson. So let's go.